Hello all you Warhammer fans out there and Tacticus addicts. Welcome back to another Warhammer video. It's that time again. It is the patch notes for July, and boy have we got some cool upcoming stuff now. We have a new faction incoming. We have a new character coming along for the Adeptus Custodes, a new raid boss, and also the Year 3 celebration event coming up. So without further ado, let's get into it. As usual, I'll read out all the patch notes for you. I'm also going to give you a little background on the new characters, and yeah, just offer my thoughts on that, and let's get going into it. So first of all, the July update has begun. Chaos rises up with our latest faction kicking off on the 3rd of August, the Emperor's Children. Speaking of 3, Tacticus turns 3 next month, and this update has everything you'll need to start the party. If the update hasn't hit your device already, pass the time by reading these notes. Alright, new stuff. So Tacticus Anniversary Celebration. To all our tacticians, both the veterans who have stood with us through countless battles, and the fresh recruits just joining the fight, thank you. Your passion and dedication have brought us to this incredible milestone, and it's time to celebrate. Alright. I'm pretty excited for this. I was here for last year's celebration, the Year 2 celebration. I've actually been playing Tacticus now for a year, which is pretty surprising for me for a mobile game. Usually I pick up a mobile game and I'll play it for a few weeks if I really like it, but then it kind of dies off. Tacticus is a whole nother monster for me. I love it. I can't stop playing it. I do take my breaks here and there. But I'm always coming back to this game, always checking out the new events and everything that gets added to it. For me, there's no other game like this right now. Join us as we celebrate 3 legendary years of Tacticus. The celebration begins on August 1st with the anniversary home screen event and goes until August 16th. So we're going to have a nice 2 weeks of celebrations there. The Path to Glory is a special seasonal event running from the 3rd of August to the 9th, featuring Carian shards and showcasing Lucius in survival. So I think we're going to be able to play as Lucius in the new survival event and get Carian shards there. This will include a 2-week offer calendar running from August 3rd to August 16th. Expect many special offers, exclusive missions, and many free rewards. Whether you've been here since day 1 or just arrived, this celebration is for you. Let's make this anniversary one to remember. Alright, introducing the new Emperor's Children faction. Woo! New faction! And it's not Imperial for those of you who are tired of Imperial characters. So we are getting the Emperor's Children. For those of you who don't know, the Emperor's Children are a traitor Chaos Space Marine Legion led by the Demon Primarch of Fulgrim. They were one of the legions back in the Horus Heresy that turned against the Emperor. And Fulgrim, man, if you guys ever get the chance to read the novel Fulgrim, that is a wild ride to see just where the Emperor's Children were at the start. One of the best legions, all, into their perfection, their physical perfection, their martial perfection, and then their spiral downwards into chaos, literally. And man, if you ever read the novel Fulgrim, it is quite a ride. Written by my favorite Black Library author, Graham McNeil. So yeah, Emperor's Children, Chaos Space Marines. Excited to see these guys come in here. So I did want to show this particular screenshot that I pulled off Reddit. Apparently this was taken from Nandy's video on YouTube featuring the new update. But it looks like they showed off 2 other characters that are going to come out for the Emperor's Children. So it looks like we're going to be getting the Lord Exultant. And this is basically kind of like the captain or commander of your force. He's got a model with the raised power sword there, so that'll be interesting to see. And then on top of that, it looks like we may also be getting a Noise Marine which will be pretty exciting because I like guns, I like heavy weapons. I'm hoping this is going to be a heavy weapon. So it looks like we're going to be getting a little more DACA, and excited to see this character and how it plays in the game. We're also getting a new campaign event, woo, featuring the Tau. So that starts on July 17th, so coming up pretty quick here. You'll be able to take command of Zibia, Judd, and Holland as the Day of Ascension for their Genestealer cult takes an unforeseen turn when the Tau Empire offers their planet to join the greater good instead. So this is going to be pretty exciting. You'll be able to take command of the Genestealer cults. I'm going to have to start upgrading Judd because I don't have him upgraded yet. But I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to taking on the Tau and fighting off their greater good for the good of the Four-Armed Emperor. Yeah, excited to see a new campaign event here. Unlock the campaign nodes and gain progress reward crates containing shards for 5 different Tau characters, as well as upgrades, ability badges, XP books to upgrade them, and other rewards. So you'll be able to fight against the Tau, and then you'll be able to farm the shards for all the different characters like Dark Strider and Shadow Sun and all of them. And as usual, at the start of each campaign event, you can choose which campaign to play. You can either start the new Tau one or continue on with the other 2 campaigns that are available, but once you pick one, you are locked in for that choice for the season until the next one comes around. For the new events, home screen events coming, Training Rush returns July 17th to the 20th. So you'll be able to get some more rewards through that event there. The new anniversary event, like we said, starts from August 1st to August 16th. And for this one, defeating enemy waves in Onslaught, Salvage Run, Legendary Release events, and Survival Battles will earn you anniversary points. Collect these to unlock rewards in the event, including Blessed Requisition Orders, Salvage, and Legendary items. Alright, getting into a new character release. We are getting Lucius the Eternal, Champion of Slaanesh, unlockable in the first Perfection Personified event, and this will start off on August 10th. For those of you who don't know, Lucius the Eternal is an unmatched swordsman, to say the least. Like, to say that he's good at sword fighting or the best at sword fighting is a bit of an understatement. He is easily one of the best swordsmen in all of the galaxy, whether it be human or Xenos or what have you. Lucius is almost unbeatable. And on top of that, what makes Lucius so dangerous is if you do beat him, and you take a little bit of pride in defeating him or pleasure in defeating him, then he will eventually consume you and take over your body, and then you'll be fused into his armor. Yeah, that's right. So he's almost, that's why he's called the Eternal. He's pretty much unkillable. If you defeat him, there's a chance that he'll come back as you, and then you'll just get molded into his armor. So he comes equipped with this special armor that sucks your soul from you, basically. He's got a powerful Xenos sword called the Lair Sword, and he also comes equipped with a whip, a whip of torment that is infused with the essence of a demonette, and so it will wrap you up and make you feel agonizing pleasure and then cut you apart bit by bit as it constricts around you and takes you down. And then on top of that, if he wasn't scary already, he's got a rack of chemicals built onto his back that he took from the Dark Eldar, and it's full of a bunch of chemicals and cocktails and everything that just amps him up to 25. So pretty scary guy. He should be a pretty beastly character in Tacticus with his sword. So you can take a look here, and it tells you what you'll be able to plan ahead, and tells you what you'll be able to fight when it comes to his legendary release event. So on the alpha track, you're going to be fighting the Eldar. On the beta track, you're going to be fighting the Tyranids, and on the gamma track, you're going to be fighting the Ultramarines and Black Templars. So pretty standard for legendary release events. You'll have the 3 different tracks to go up, and gain points, and it'll probably be 3 different events, just like all the rest of the legendary events. All right, the new Blessed Requisition schedule. So it looks like this is now a thing that is staying, because it's been a couple months now that this has been going on. Basically, every week there's a new chunk of Blessed Requisition orders that gives you the chance to unlock specific characters that are featured that week. So this is a cool way to gain characters that, instead of just pulling regular requisition orders and hoping you get the character you want, this one at least gives you a higher chance for the characters that you really want if they're featured in that week. So here we go. From July 17th to July 27th, you'll get your chance at Karn, Nauseous Rotbone, Toth, Malladus, and the Forge Fiend. This particular Blessed Requisition event is only for players who are level 15 or above. After that, from July 28th to August 5th, you'll get your chance at Ahriman, Harken Worldclaimer, Azkor, Macer, Rask, and Angrax. So a bunch of Chaos ones here. And then August 5th to August 12th, you'll get your chance at Shadowsun, Thaumachus, Darkstrider, Sarkwoil, Yazagor, and Calandus. And then finally, well, not finally, there's 2 more. From August 11th to August 16th, this will be the requisition order for the Orcs. So you'll get your chance to unlock any of the 5 Orc characters. And then after that, August 16th to August 21st will be the Death Guard requisition order. So you'll get your chance at unlocking the Death Guard characters if you're looking for that. All right, starting on July 13th is the new Battle Pass season. This is featuring Carrion, the Blade Champion for the Adeptus Custodes. He's the guy with the 2 swords that does extra attacks when he's adjacent to other characters. I played with him a little bit in the Survival event recently, and he was actually pretty cool. I'm looking forward to unlocking this character. As a special, since he's a special edition epic character, there's going to be an additional 5 reward tiers for this battle pass. So there will be 55 levels instead of just the usual 50 for unlocking this character. And then we'll go on a little further here. You'll be able to double dip to get his shards in the survival event. And so we'll probably come across that here in just a second. Oh yeah, right here. So Carrion Hellsates, Blade Champion, unlockable in the new Battle Pass season on July 13th, and then in the 3rd anniversary event, Path to Glory, starting on August 3rd. So you'll be able to farm shards for him in the Battle Pass and in the event, so that'll double your chances for unlocking him quicker. All right, the next new character coming is Atlacoya the Vigilator, unlockable in the Orc Champions event starting on July 20th. So for those of you who are unaware, Atlacoya was actually featured in one of the recent Warhammer Plus episodes of the Tithes, episode 2, where she comes along with the Adeptus Custodes to the planet of Istrad to take the tithe of the Imperial Psychers there to take them back to Terra. Atlacoya is a Sister of Silence, and for those of you who don't know, the Sisters of Silence are another military arm that answers directly to the Emperor, just like the Adeptus Custodes. They are an all-female army, and also on top of that, all their members have the unique pariah trait with them. Basically what that means is they were born with this ability to basically be immune to psychers and psychic powers, and so you'll want to deploy these characters against psychers because they'll be able to take them on without really much worry. They also cause pain to psychers around them, and on top of that, they cause discomfort to normal humans that are neither psyker nor pariah. The Sisters of Silence were a main faction during the Horus Heresy. However, after the heresy, they were disbanded and mistrusted. It wasn't until recently with the resurrection of Rabuti Gilliman that they came back as a military force, and now they're stronger than before. And so in basically what they do is they go around, they collect psychers, they hunt psychers. They also act as a bulwark against enemy psychers for the Indominus Crusade. And check out her awesome butt-kicking ability in the Warhammer Plus Ties episode 2. That was a pretty fun episode to watch, so I highly recommend it. Alright, next is the new Guild Raid boss, the XV-104 Riptide Battlesuit of the Tau Empire, which uses its Nova reactor to create shield barriers, boosts its mobility, or unleash devastating firepower in a tidal storm of energy beams and missiles. It will become part of the guild raids from the season starting on August 13th. So for those of you who don't know, the XV-104 Riptide is a massive battlesuit built by the Tau. It's over twice the size of the regular Crisis battlesuits like Rivas. The Riptide was designed as basically a response to other super heavy walkers that the Tau have encountered. So when they first encountered the Imperium, they didn't have the need for this big old battlesuit because the Imperium hadn't thrown Titans or super heavies against them yet. However, during their third sphere of expansion, they started running into these gargantuan weapons of destruction, and on top of that, they started fighting things like Gargants and gargantuan Squigos against the Orcs. So they developed a new battle suit as kind of a response to needing to fight against these heavier units. However, the Riptide isn't just this big lumbering walker like the Titans. It is a mobile platform just like its little brothers, little battlesuits. It's got a jetpack that helps it maneuver around the battlefield. It's highly mobile, and it has a big shield generator. The thing that makes this battlesuit unique is the dark matter Nova reactor that allows it to harness more power than any other weapon that the Tau have. It was first used against the Imperial Hiveworld of Grelin, and in one of the more unique engagements of this, the Riptides basically led the battle, were able to destroy the walls, and in one instance, the Imperial Guard used Deathstrike missiles, which are basically these giant missiles mounted on tanks, kind of like ballistic missiles. They fired a whole bunch of them, blew up this huge amount of Tau in a big old crater, and the only thing left standing was one of these Riptide battlesuits with its shield still glowing. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. Looking forward to seeing this in guild raids. It should be a nice big boss to hunt, and I can't wait to see how we fight against it. Alright, new Guild War season is starting on July 26th. I was able to get a bunch of credits in the last Guild War. I was pretty happy about that. I hope you guys are getting your credits as well and unlocking the characters you want with that. We have a new incursion event starting on August 4th. So we did just have a new Machine of War come out, so no new Machine of War this time. However, if you're looking to unlock Galatian, the Redemptor Dreadnought, his track has been revamped to have the branching paths with the different boosters and the challenge battles and all that. And there's been a new trait added for those branching paths. You can apply the Mark 10 Gravis trait to a character of your choice. So you I guess you can mount Mark 10 Gravis armor to whatever character you want to go against Galatian. So yay, Insistus is getting his Gravis armor, woo! But that should be fun. New Tournament Arena is starting on July 16th with power-ups, and then a new faction war for Tournament Arena starts on July 29th. Upcoming quest events, Asoth Kumadra, that's the shield bearer for the Adeptus Custodes, starts on July 23rd. So if you were not able to unlock him, you'll be able to get your chance to gain more shards for him in this event. I like Asoth. I've been messing around with him in Arena, basically. I've been kind of using him as like an extra shield for my Space Marines, and so far he's been pretty unique. I like the abilities that he gives off. And then after that, on August 13th, you'll have a quest event for Tank Smasher. New daily deals starting on August 17th. Mephiston shards will be offered by the Rogue Trader instead of Karn shards. Karn shards will replace Anshi's shards in the War Shop. And then Shadow Sun shards will no longer be offered in the Guild Shop. So if you're farming her shards, start getting them now before the 17th. Before August 17th. All right, balancing. The passive ability Pyroblasters and Wraith Cannon, Wraith Guards with NPCs can no longer damage friendly units. So that's interesting. So NPCs that they had this ability will no longer be damaging their allies because they were area of effect damage. Savior Protocols from Tau drones now protects all Tau units in adjacent hexes that do not have Savior Protocols themselves, instead of just being limited to characters. Structural Analyzer from Darkstrider now affects friendly Tau units within 2 hexes, in addition to affecting all friendly units in adjacent hexes. And that's basically his passive ability to give extra damage. Defender of the Greater Good from Shadow Sun no longer affects attacks that deal psychic damage, but it now affects friendly Tau units within 2 hexes of Shadow Sun or her command link drone. And the chance to add an additional hit also affects other friendly units adjacent to Shadow Sun and her drone. The chance for each round that has passed to score an additional hit has been increased from 20 to 25%, I should say. 20 to 25%. Kill, Maim, Burn from Karn now always performs 3 separate attacks even when hitting the same target. As a result, abilities that affect only one attack will affect the attack that deals piercing damage. Abilities that affect all of his attacks affect each attack separately. Improvements. Eldar Guardian NPCs have different AI behavior to use their active ability Plasma Grenades, which should result in a better user experience if several of them spawn at once in wave modes, as they now no longer all throw a grenade instantly. Oh my gosh, I have been running into this like crazy with the current Mephiston track. Yeah, basically, 7 or 8 guardians will pop out of the spawn point and they will all chuck a grenade at my characters, and it's been a bit annoying. So good to see this improvement. For upgrades, in order to upgrade your Emperor's Champion, they've added the upgrade pieces to the different missions here. So the Simhan Mirror campaign and the Simhan Elite and Mirror Elite campaigns, you can look here at the different missions that they offer, the different war gear items to upgrade your Emperor's Children. All right, bug fixes. Fixed War Howl for Ragnar tooltip and effect in battle being incorrect if Inspired to Greatness from Anshi is used on Ragnar and has a different ability level. Fixed Gauntlets of Ultramar from Mardius Calgar, dealing damage to obscured enemies. Fixed the sweep stance of the Calibanite Greatsword from Forcus, incorrectly getting its hits reduced from tall grass. Fixed Forcus not entering Overwatch while in strike stance if he performs an attack as a result of Asmodee using Exemplar of Hate. Asmodee's Exemplar of Hate and Judd's Heroic Folisade no longer highlight Burrowed Ripper Swarms. Fix an issue where resizing Tacticus on the desktop can cause parts of the screen to be unresponsive. Guild War defending lineups will no longer reset if a player doesn't play during a season. That's nice. Legendary event bonus shipment offers bonus will now show immediately after purchase. Malidus Haze of Corruption will now correctly damage a third target if the second of the chain flees from the first being killed. Fixed an issue where training rush points would not be credited reliably. And then here's an interesting one for the Gene Stealer cults. Fixed an issue where units with the ambush trait who flee from battle fatigue will resurrect. So if your neophyte, for instance, flees after suffering battle fatigue, he'll no longer resurrect from having the little token on the battlefield. They also fixed an issue where units with the ambush trait would not resurrect at allied decoys. Fixed an issue where portraits for units in the Blessed Requisition panel could be replaced by a white box. And finally, fixed Legendary Commander Trajan incorrectly applying extra hits to the extra damage from the Psyker trait. Alright, so a little bit of a mouthful, but we did it. That's been the patch notes for July. Really looking forward to the new characters coming out. Excited for the new raid boss. Excited for the new faction. What are you guys excited about? What is it that you're looking forward to the most? Are you looking forward to the Emperor's Children? Looking forward to seeing which characters come out for them? Do you think Outlook Koya is going to be a fun character to play with? Is the Riptide Battlesuit going to be fun to fight against? Let me know. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.